Hi, it's Will from stormthecastle.com, and this is my latest tutorial. This is a fun and creative project, something a little bit different that I think you're going to like. This is how to make a wizard's puzzle box. Now there's a little bit more to this than meets the eye. That's because there's a little bit more to wizards than meets the eye. Let me tell you the story of this. I get a lot of fan art, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of pictures from people who projects they've made my projects, and I got one from a young man called Adam. He sent me a bunch of pictures of his blacksmithing, and he made something called a wizard's box. A wizard's chest, he calls it, and let me pop a picture in. That's it. And it got me thinking. I'm like, wow, I should do something like that. But then I started thinking about it some more and saying, how can I add another level to this? So I was thinking about, I have a variety of different puzzle boxes. Like I have Japanese puzzle boxes. I have a video on those. Right here, I'll pop that in. I also have something called a Turkish puzzle box, which is kind of neat. So I said, gee, I wonder if I could make a wizard's puzzle box. So the thing is you can't just open it. It's locked. And there's no keyhole, and you say, gee, how do I open this thing? So you have to know the secret to open it. And you have to go in sequence in the right steps to do it. And that's what this puzzle box is. And in this tutorial, I'll show you how to make it. But let me show you how to open this thing. So here's the thing. When the sun comes down and the moon goes up, the stars come together, and a secret is revealed. There you go. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and treasure stays, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. stormthecastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, the first thing you do is you go to the link, which will take you to the website where that template is, and print up that template. I give you all the pieces you need, and then we're going to transfer these pieces onto foam board. Now that is 3/16 inch thick or 5mm thick foam board. That's important because it'll change the box a little bit, make it a little bit more difficult if you use a different thickness. So how we do this is you tape down those various sheets to the foam board, and then you trace down real hard on them with a pencil. And what that does is that makes an imprint in the foam board, and you can see the imprint barely there, and now you can go over the foam board with a pencil and draw out those lines. So we're transferring the pattern from paper to foam board by pressing down hard. And it's like a little embossing. And if you put a light sideways, you can see that emboss really well. See it? So now we do that for all the various pieces. And, very important, as you do each piece, write the number of the piece on the foam board, because you're going to need to know those pieces. There's about 40 pieces in this kit. See? And we're going to start out by doing just part one, which is the box. That's all these pieces right here are the box. So I've broken this down into two different parts, making the box and then making the lid with the mechanism. See, there you go. Those are all the pieces for the box. And see how each one is numbered? That's important. So go ahead and cut those pieces out. And let me show you a tip when it comes to cutting foam board. Make 3 passes. The first pass here, you're just worried about cutting the top sheet of paper. Second pass, you press a little deeper and you cut the foam. And the third pass, you press all the way down and you cut through the bottom layer of paper. And then you get a nice clean cut like that. See it? So don't struggle. If you're struggling with the foam board, do it that way. And make sure you have a nice sharp knife. And there you go. All my pieces are cut out. It looks really good. But there's a lot of pieces. Keep them organized. Now use a little bit of sandpaper and clean up the edges a bit. Now this is a bit of a challenging project. Here we go. Now let's put it together. Let's put the box together. Pieces 1, 2, and 3. Put some glue on the side of 2 like this. And this is important too because this makes a difference. And that goes on the side of piece 1. Don't pop it down right on top. Put it to the side like this. And same thing with 3. Push it into the side. That's important. The height will be different if you don't. Don't put it down on top of 1. Now 4 and 5, same thing to the side. See? And there you go. Your box. Now we need a shelf for the lid to sit on. When you put that lid in there, you don't want it to go all the way down to the bottom, right? So we're going to build a shelf. And that's pieces 6, and you glue these right in like this. Make sure those holes line up. And you can tinker with those holes and cut them with a knife if they don't quite match up right. 6, now this is 7, 8, and 9. And there you go. Glue those right in. Now the outside of the box, the metal banding. Pieces 10 and 11 go on the bottom like this. And that doesn't have to be an exact measurement. It kind of looks good like this. See how you've got it divided into 3 separate panels, kind of. So 10 and 11 like that. And then 12. And notice how I put 12 here. And these next 4 pieces will be just like this. Bring it all the way up so it's lined with the top of 10 and 11. See, like that? Flush like that on the top. So that's 12, 13, and then you turn the box around and you do 14 and 15. Now, now this is a difficult project. What I'm going to do is, if you make this project and you send me a picture of it, I'm going to email you a certificate of completion from stormthecastle.com. You made a wizard box, and I will send you that and put your name on it and send it to you. You can print it up, put it on your wall. So now 16, do 16 first, like that, and push it all the way down against those other ones. Then turn the box over and do 17. Now, the nice thing about this banding, it looks good, but it also hides those slots we made. 18 and 19. See, now all of a sudden those slots are hidden. If people saw the slots, they'd be, I wonder how to open this box. It'd be like a clue. But now those slots are hidden. So that's 16, 17, 18, and 19. Looks really good. Your box is done. Now, we're going to do the lid, and that's a lot of work. If you want, just do part 20 and the stars and the moon and the sun. Glue those on, and you can and the handle, and you can put it on the box and have yourself a chest. A nice little wizard chest without all the locking stuff, and that's a simpler way to do it. And if you make that, I will still send you a certificate of completion. But we're going to go on and do the locking mechanism, the special puzzle, the riddle puzzle. And pay special attention to this right here. You do the same thing. You trace the parts out, you draw the lines. But part 21, like this, that's the mechanism. So take that part like this. See it? See, it's going to all stay together throughout the whole process here. And then cut out those 6 shaded areas. You're going to cut those pieces out and discard them. Just like this. See it? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. And those little pieces get rid of. Now cut the rest of the lines like this. So now you have it. So it's like a puzzle unto itself. A puzzle within the puzzle box. So yeah, cut those pieces apart. And then put masking tape along all the edges. The reason for the masking tape is so the mechanism slides nicely. The foam board, when it's cut, can grab. But see, I got H and I, G and F slide. So you want masking tape along those sides and the sides that touch them. That way it slides smoothly in and out. Those pieces slide. So take part 20, flip it over. That's important. See how the slots are aligned? Make sure yours is the same way. The vertical slots are upper left and lower right. And then take your part 21 mechanism and assemble it on top like this, which is actually the underneath of the box. That's why we flipped 20 over. Assemble it like this, just like it was in the template, and put it in the center of that piece, just like this. And that's how it's going to be put together, just like that, with an even border all the way around. We're going to glue A, B, C, D, and E. No glue on F, G, H, and I. Those parts need to slide. So let's go ahead and do that. And bear with me here. But I'm going to fast forward this a little bit, but you understand. And do them in by the numbers. Glue A. So I had a lot of fun with this puzzle box. Really, really was a lot of work to try to figure it all out. I wanted to make it so it was really easy as possible for you to make. And so let me know how you do with it. And then B. And then C. And now, the thing about this is, as you're gluing these parts down, remember that G and F need to slide. And H and I, they need to slide. So you don't want them too tight. A little bit of space around them. And you can test it as you're doing it. Slide them, put the part down, shuffle it around a tiny bit. I'll show you that in a second. See, I put this part down, and then I check it. Does that piece slide? Sure does. So you can still maneuver D if you need to. You want an easy slide. See, I'm moving D a little bit before that glue sets. So both pieces slide. And the same thing over there on the other two, H and I, while I glue this piece. E. You know, move it in closer, pull it away a little bit, angle it a little bit. You want those to slide in and out smoothly. Just like that. Beautiful. The hardest part is done. Congratulations. I give you everything, so you just got to take your time about it. If you have to, put this project aside and take a break. Now, part 22 is just a cover to hold everything together. We're going to glue it to A, D, and E. So put a dollop of glue there on D, there on A, and there on E, because we don't want any glue on our moving parts so they wouldn't move, right? And then gently put 22 down on top of it. Don't press down hard on it. You just want to gently put it down because you want space under there so everything moves smoothly. That's supposed to move smoothly. Now watch this. Now test it. At this point you want to test it, make sure it works okay. So grab yourself a little tool or something. Move the stars first. Because of the way the mechanism works, you can't move the sun or the moon. Move the star out and then move the sun out. Move the star out and then move the moon out. See it? Everything moving smoothly? If it is, you're good. If it isn't, tweak it. See, there we go. You can take those pieces, you can slide those pieces out right now and trim them down a little bit if needed. Now, close it up. Well, actually, which is opening the box, but you're closing those tabs. The sun, the star, the moon, the star. So now make sure they're all closed in position so you don't see any of those tabs. And then we're going to put these little pieces, 23, 24, 25, and 26. We're going to glue them right inside those slots. But you don't want the glue to hit the slot because we want that tab to move back and forth. It's only glued on the bottom surface to our tab. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to speed this up. Here's a quick tip. Put a dab of glue on the table. Dip your little tab in there so you can control the amount of glue on it. Right, like that. Dip it, and then you press it down in. Just like that. And make sure the tabs are all like this. All towards the center of the piece so they can slide out the tabs, right? Watch. You want to slide it out. See, there you go. The star, the moon, the star, the sun. All right, the sun, the star, the moon. Everything's working great. Tinker with it if need be. Test it inside your box before we go ahead and paint it. So that way you can still tinker with it if you need to trim a little bit. And there you go. That's it. It's successful. Let's put the ornaments on it. The sun goes here. The moon goes there. And then the stars. Yay. And the little handle. You have officially built it. Send me a pic and get your certificate. Now let's paint it. Now, brown for the bottom and the sides, and really streak it on so it looks like a wood pattern. And you can use 2 different shades of brown if you want. That makes a nice wood pattern. But see how the streaks from the brushes makes it wood-like? The banding is all black. The top is black. Hey, oh, you know what? Hey, I'm recommending you paint it this way, but you paint it any way you want. You're the wizard. You can paint this any color you want. The stars are, of course, white. The moon is a little bit of gray. And the sun is yellow. Now, one last touch that I like, I kind of like this accent, is some blue around that top edge. I do like that. It makes it more wizardly. Now, the rivets or the bolts that hold this box together, or pseudo hold this box together, are simply buttons of hot glue. And how you do that is you put some on there and then you spin the hot glue, you turn you in circles so you don't get a long thread. And then once they dry, once they cool, I guess you could say, you paint them silver. And here, the next picture, I don't show you all of them. Make sure you, one more thing, make sure you paint the inside of the box, and I like gold. But this picture shows you how to do those bolts, you know, or a couple along the sides and a bunch of them along the top, so it's all like riveted and bolted in place. And that's it! You have made a Wizard's puzzle box. The sun goes down, the moon comes up, the stars come in, and a secret is revealed. Yay! Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for hanging in there throughout the whole thing. Let me show you a couple more projects that you might like.